Tao Te Ching, 61. When a country obtains great power, it becomes like the sea. All streams run downward into it. The more powerful it grows, the greater the need for humility. Humility means trusting the Tao, thus never needing to be defensive. A great nation is like a great man. When he makes a mistake, he realizes it. Having realized it, he admits it. Having admitted it, he corrects it. He considers those who point out his faults as his most benevolent teachers. He thinks of his enemy as the shadow that he himself casts. If a nation is centered in the Tao, if it nourishes its own people, and doesn't meddle in the affairs of others, it will be a light to all nations in the world. Tao Te Ching, 61. Encouragement along the way. Welcome back. This is again a video series talking about the lessons, depths, teachings, metaphysicalness, beyondness about the Tao Te Ching, the book of the way, illuminating what the chapters could mean. Again, the Tao Te Ching is translated to the book of the way. It is also well known as a manual for the art of living. So let's dive in and see if we can find some experiential wisdom to help us. Not just highfalutin musings, but understandable life application, experiential knowledge and wisdom. So here we go, Tao Te Ching 61. When a country obtains great power, it becomes like the sea. All streams run downward into it. The more powerful it grows, the greater the need for humility. I love this. Tao Te Ching 66 talks about the sea again, and the humility of the sea again. It just emphasizes, and this Tao emphasizes humility. It emphasizes how important humility is. This is a shared theme that the Tao has to Christianity and to the Bible, the message of the scriptures. Jesus and all throughout the teachings of the Bible are pride cometh before the fall. God lifteth up the humble, but opposeth the proud. This concept of humility, some have even mused that pride is the mother of all sins, is the root of all sin. That means that the millisecond, the very moment that pride is introduced, that very moment is the beginning of the fall. What is the story of creation of the Bible, of the fall of Lucifer, the fall of Satan? He was the second, but next to God. He was marvelous. He was beautiful. He was the greatest musician. He was spectacular. He was magnificent in many, more than anyone else except God. And he thought that he could be God and do a better job than God. And pride was his downfall. Rather than accepting the humbling position of number 2 to God, he wanted to be God. Pride comes before the fall, you guys. Every single time. Again, reiterating, when a country obtains great power, it becomes like the sea. All streams run downward into it. The more powerful it grows, the greater the need for humility. Moving on. Humility means trusting the Tao, thus never needing to be defensive. I love this. I brought this up a few times in some of the Tao Te Chings, but who's the bigger a-hole in this situation? The one who offends or the one who takes offense? The one who is offending or the one who is taking the offense? Who's the bigger a-hole? Humility means trusting the Tao, thus never needing to be defensive. Oh, I'm so outraged. How dare you? How dare you attack me? How dare you punch down unto me? You abrasive, mean, evil person. Humility means trusting the Tao, thus never needing to be defensive. Eliminating the victim mindset, the victim mentality. Continuing on. A great nation is like a great man. When he makes a mistake, he realizes it. Having realized it, he admits it. Having admitted it, he corrects it. Pretty self-explanatory. But how many of us hold on to the ish? How many of us hold on to our failures? How many of us hold on to our mistakes? The great man realizes when he makes a mistake, admits it, and then corrects it. And he considers those who point out his faults as his most benevolent teachers. He thinks of his enemy as the shadow that he himself casts. This is a very beyond principle. This is a very beyond metaphysical idea. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's job? If you don't understand this, you will get lost. No matter how intelligent you are, it is the great secret. That's what the Tao says. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's job? Continuing on. If a nation is centered in the Tao, if it nourishes its own people, and doesn't meddle in the affairs of others, it will be a light to all nations in the world. Is it not saying, is this word not extolling the nation to remain in the center of the circle and let all things take their natural course? If a nation is centered in the Tao, if it nourishes its own people and doesn't meddle in the affairs of others, it will be a light to all nations in the world. Stay at the center. Hold on to the center. Run to the center of your being, to the center of the circle. Run to it as fast as you can and don't leave. Stay there. Hold on to the center. And let all things come and go effortlessly. That's what the master does. He lets all things come and go. His heart is as open as the sky. Tao Te Ching number 12. If your heart was indeed as open as the sky, you would have no problem letting all things come and go. They simply would. Because that's how big and opening and welcoming your heart is. This is not just a philosophical musing. This is an experiential reality. Your heart can be as open as the sky. It can. Many have achieved this before you. Many will achieve this. Many masters have come. Many masters will come. The master has mastered nature, not by controlling nature, but by becoming nature. The Tao says, be like nature. In nature, nothing is rushed, and yet everything is accomplished. I wonder if any of these are striking a truth chord in the core of you. I know that many of these teachings have struck in serious chords to my center chord and helped me to understand many things. Wei Wu Wei, do you understand Wei Wu Wei? Doing, not doing, being, not being. It is the main number one principle, number one message of the Tao Te Ching. Doing, not doing, being, not being. I recommend you meditate on what Wei Wu Wei is. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. True mastery can only be gained by letting things go their own way. It cannot be attained by interfering with it. Trying to dominate events goes against the current of the Tao. I hope this message helped you. I hope it illumined you, if at all. And I love you wherever you are. I hope you're having a great morning, evening, night, sunny or cloudy or rainy or overcast, wherever you may be. I'll see you on the next one.